Confessed by throwaway in away underscore on Reddit. I faked having OCD till it actually became a problem. This is going to be a very long post as it requires a lot of context, backstory, and explanations. It's also very messy, so my apologies. /3. TW, sewer slide, SHED mentioned. To start off, I'm currently 17 this year, and everything started when I was 14, so 2020. Since I was young I've always had magical thinking, where you'd think, I need to reach this post or else my whole family will die, or I can't throw this thing in my bag or else God will get me, dumb shit like that. I know it's not uncommon as a kid. I continued having those kinds of beliefs, and also started doing rituals like this weird hand counting thing that will waste everyone's time if I explained it. I believed I had to do these random rituals, or else something bad will happen. Nothing specific, and the random rituals or dumb shit I did throughout the day was always very random. It did make me anxious and annoyed me, but I wouldn't say it affected my life. I tried talking to a school counselor about it when I was 12, but I was brushed off as, oh yeah, that's normal. Maybe it was normal, but it made me think I was crazy. I've had mental health issues since my father passed in 2017, and so I was actively self-harming, and also was struggling with an eating disorder and depression, while also dealing with my random OCD, I guess. Then around September of 2020, I attempted suicide via ODing. I'd like to say I did it because I was incredibly depressed, but honestly that day I just didn't want to get scolded by a teacher for not doing homework, and so I just went, I'd rather die. Stupid? Yes. Was it for attention? Probably. I was rushed to the hospital with my mum, and then they treated me yada yada. After I stopped throwing up, a doctor talked to me alone and asked if I did this on purpose. I told her yes, and the whole, I am depressed, tired, blah blah, spiel, but also mentioned whatever OCD crap I did and how I was tired and scared. Which wasn't entirely a lie, but I exaggerated it because I thought she wouldn't take me seriously otherwise. Skip forward, I get put in a psych ward, and I see a psychiatrist plus psychologist. When asked of the kind of symptoms and rituals I experienced, I lied and exaggerated. I said I had a whole routine, that I washed my hands 40 times in one go, that I showered 10 times, that I walked back and forth 40 times, brushed my teeth set amount of times, yada yada. They believed me and diagnosed me with OCD. I was also put on medication, sertraline. They believed my main issue, the reason I was suicidal, was because of my OCD. I was glad I had an explanation for my idiocy, but realized subconsciously I had to keep up with my lie. So I actually started doing everything I lied about. I would wash my hands that amount of times, took 1 to 2 hours showering 10 times, brushed my teeth set amount of times, and started walking back and forth in my room. I did this every day, while also seeing a therapist for other things like depression and self-harm, but also my OCD. After being released I had basically brainwashed myself into doing those things. After that, I could not wash my hands normally anymore because something bad would happen otherwise, and I genuinely felt that fear and believed it. Before faking it, I had never washed my hands or had a morning routine, but now I did and I couldn't stop because I actually started having that fear, intrusive thoughts etc. It started to genuinely impact my life and my well-being. It's kind of funny how before the psych ward, where I attempted sewer slide, my OCD wasn't a problem as much as it was an annoyance. But after that, it actually caused me distress. Fast forward, I am now 17, and I feel like my OCD is just self-inflicted. I don't do as much of those rituals as I do now, and it's less precise and I no longer really have a morning routine. I have kept those same rituals however, but they aren't as much. I don't think my OCD is real honestly, and it's just something I made up, and now whenever I do rituals and shit and have intrusive thoughts, I just think I'm being a dumb idiot who has magical thinking rather than me having OCD. I still go to therapy, but for other things now. I am not asking for validation, or writing this post to hear people say, "No, you do have OCD," to make myself feel better. I just need to get this off my chest as it's been something I haven't been able to tell anyone.